Oh. Hello, everyone. Hello, all. I'm very close. Don't worry, the kitchen is set up. I'm very close. But I just thought I'd get close to see. Can everyone hear me? If you can type in just saying yes for someone, that would be ideal. How are we all? Happy Thursday, whatever time it is in your state or country, I guess in some ways. It could be anywhere. Yes, but with echo. Yeah, I think the echo might just be a thing. I have a very open room and it does have that sort of echo, but I won't yell, so I won't echo too much. I'm a fan of yelling. How are we all? I hope you're well. It's good to see you. I'm going to jump around and see if I can see properly from here. Oh yeah, we're doing all right. I think we can lower it down just a wee bit more. Move that over there. Squeeze it down. Yeah, fantastic. Well, welcome everyone. We'll give it another minute, and then I reckon we'll get started. I just, classic Melbourne, the winds come up, and I just got a good bout of hay fever. And my puppy Lentil wants to go outside. Hold on. Good timing, mate. Stuck on the onions. There we go. Out you go. There you go. Right. We are ready to go. I have my phone here because the camera is relatively far away. You want to see Lentil. Well, I'll have to wash my hands afterwards. What else we got? Shows you. Okay, right. There's enough people saying they want to see the puppy. Lentil, come on. Yeah. We'll do one quick show of Lentil. And then we'll... Hey, darling. How are you? Come on. Quickly. All right, I know. Quick show. You want to show off just quickly? Hello, everyone. Look. Isn't she the best? Oh, look. She's getting heavy. Very heavy. Oh. Right. Let's go. I think we're ready to start. There we go. All right, let's get going. I'm going to wash my hands first because of obvious reasons. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Simon Toohey, and I mean, obviously, you know that because you wouldn't be here. And if you don't know that, well, there you go. But I'm here for the Source Bulk Foods, the amazing Source Bulk Foods. Something very dear and close to my heart. My parents actually live right around the corner to the Mullen Bibby store, and I've been to that one with them quite often. So it's been part of our sort of journey of grocery shopping for quite some time. And that's definitely grown ever since sort of MasterChef. And on top of that, I think just the general want to change the way that I eat and look at food. And it's, kudos to the Source for actually taking that big leap and creating a business that allows us to purchase, experience, and be a part of a changing food movement for the good, with no apologies. We don't use plastics. We're all about sustainability. We're all about flexitarian and swapping things out to make it better for the environment. We're all about looking after our local people, and that's what's so good about this, because there's so many stores around Australia now. So it shows that the model is brilliant, and I love that. And my shelf is now covered full of Source ingredients. Not only that, I think if you can see in front of me, I have a whole lot of things here, and I'm going to start making that cheesy, not so cheese sauce for you today. I've got the cauliflower ready, I've got my pan ready, my blender, beautiful nut milks, and we'll chat about it, and I'll start working on that as I go along. If you want, it's a very interactive chat. I mean, it's weird because I'm literally just looking at a screen and I can't hear anyone. So and it's also relatively far away, so I can't hugely see the comments. However, I've got them running on my phone as well. So if there's any comments, I'll try and answer them as much as I can. So bear with me. I think I need glasses. That's actually the answer to that one. But today I want to introduce you to not only the first of 4 webinars, all about these amazing ingredients that the sauce have, all about the swapping things out, for example, for plant-based proteins instead of meat-based proteins, swapping out different kinds of sugars that are better for you, looking at fighting food waste by only purchasing a certain amount. And each recipe focuses on one of these topics. And we'll address that, and then we'll make that dish on the webinar day. Hopefully I have enough time to do them all, so I'm just seeing how long it could be. But we'll talk about it, and we'll become interactive about it. So if you have any questions, please shoot them my way. I'll come over and have a look. Stay there. I'll come over and have a look now and see if there's anything at all. Yes, the good doggo, lentil. Okay, it's all about lentil. Okay. Well, that's it. I've gone. Lentil's going to take over the show now. Lentil, come and cook for the beautiful people that are watching. Anyway, so I'm going to start. And I'm going to start by making this sauce. I'm going to try and talk to you at the same time. But I've got basically what it is. It's this concept of trying to create a swap for something that is extremely delicious. And I never really want to mimic the meat or the animal-based world, you know, like whether that's cheese or dairy or meats. But I want to create something that's of its own completely delicious. And this is kind of that. And I can imagine this sitting on top of a cool burger patty of your choosing, you know, or even a piece of eggplant or whatever, and pour it at the top. But what I've got for this today are these vacuum fried chips that the sauce make, and I'll talk more about them later on. But look at that color. I mean, they're just vegetables that have been vac fried, and I don't actually know what vac fried means. I'm sorry. Maybe I should do some more research, but I'm guessing if you vacuumed and fried it like an air fryer. I'm just going to put the camera up and so the head doesn't look like it's chopped off all the time. Question. Yes, so the recipe, I should say that actually, the recipe is in all the sauce stores. It'll be there. So jump onto the sauce and go to your local sauce shop, and they'll have recipe cards there for sure. So check it out. And then you can make it. So you don't have to follow along with me. And if you have your ingredients, I'll try and go slowly. But I've got a small pot on the stove. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a small pot on the stove. I'm adding my milk. So this is nut milk, but oh my gosh, genius, right? Whoever invented this is a genius. Give me a thumbs up or a big heart if you tried this, and it is a game changer. For me, one jar makes 10 liters of milk. It's just a no-brainer. So I'm using nut milk. Oh, I've already done it. I've already made it. In this pot, I'm chopping up a quarter of a cauliflower. So this is going to be the bulk, right? This is going to be the bulk of my sauce. And so it's going to hold its texture. And when you cook cauliflower up beautifully, it's super, super creamy. Well, not beautifully. When you cook cauliflower up its dying day, where it's super falling apart, and kind of probably what you would reminisce maybe your grandparents making broccoli like. It's really delicious, and it turns creamy when you blend it up. Sadly, they never got as far as blending, and they just served it to us like this. But I remember those days. And I lived in the UK, and I remember talking to for 5 years, thereabouts. And I remember talking to a lot of my friends, and they're like, Christmas and Brussels sprouts. You just can't. You just can't. So I'm going to put this on a medium heat on the stove. So cauliflower's in there. 50 mils of my nut milk. You can use any form, and keep a little bit on the side, because depending on how high your heat is or whatever, it can change. You might run out of milk a little bit, so just top it up. Just top it up, and then when we blend it, you can add a little bit more if needs be as well. But pinch of salt, because what happens is salt is a fantastic drawer of moisture, and when it comes to vegetables, obviously it has a huge amount of moisture in it. That salt will leach it out. A little bit of oil in. Hello, lentil. Sometimes she looks a little bit like Eeyore. So funny. She has these big floppy ears. She doesn't want to hang out. Is that right? So I'm putting this on the pan. Oh my gosh, I'm putting the pot on the stove, medium heat. I'm going to let that cook away. I'm going to give it a stir. in a bit with my trusty favorite red spatula. Always have a favorite spatula, I think. David, is there any questions? I know you're meant to be conspicuous, but is there anything there? Please let me know. And then in this pan, on medium heat, right? So what have we got? Well, it actually says medium heat. I don't really know what that means, but I don't know what temperature that's going to be. Onion, sliced up. See how rough that was? I mean, I don't know if you can see that too well. Maybe I'll just clear that out a bit. I mean, it's just sliced up. You know, there's nothing, you don't have to be particular about this. A couple of tablespoons of olive oil. And what we're trying to do here is we're going to create that Maillard reaction. We're looking at that acids hitting sugars and creating a browning, create browning. And so you get Maillard reaction from things like, you know, toasted bread. Yum, right? Love it. Love, love, love. So we're toast in the morning has that Maillard reaction. This will do the same. So we're just going to cook that down until it goes brown. And then I've got a clove of garlic. I've just papered it, you know, and then straight in. Little crush maybe, and that's it. Nice and low. I reckon I'm going to cook this for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to lie. If the sauce bowl food could sell some induction cookers better than this one, that'd be ideal. But we'll give the sauce just burns everything. Anyway, I'm going to keep on. This nut milk, by the way, you can buy this at the source. I'm going to come closer. I don't know if you can see that. And so people who haven't had it before, you can check it out. These are them. And you can get, I think there's a hemp one, an almond one. Oh, I should have a look. There's a few. Anyway, there's a few. It is a genius invention. Whoever did this, I'm going to give you a mad high five. And yes, and the question to what other alternative milks? Yeah, if you want to use soy, totally fine. The only worry with soy and stuff like that is that soy has the ability to split. I don't know if you've ever had soy coffee and you get that weird, you know, that scummy stuff on top when the milk hits acid. So when milk hits, when the milk hits the acid, like the coffee acid, it splits, and so it kind of gets a bit gross. So when you blend it up, it'll come back together fine. But soy, a cheap soy, probably not so much. But there's heaps out there you can give a go at. Yeah, definitely do it. Do the jars have instructions? They do. I'll hold it close. So in the back here, it says 1.52 tablespoons, so 30 to 40 grams of nut milk to a liter of water, and then chuck it in the blender and go bananas. But I'm a bit of like a 50 gram to 500 mils kind of person. Like, I don't know where I put it. It's over there. I'll get it for you. Hold on. So you know you're not allowed back here. Oh, right. So I put it in here because it looks better than putting it in a carton. No, that's not really working so well, is it? Anyway, it's super, super creamy because I like my milk thick. And I get to do this on my own. So I get to have that thickness on my own. I can choose what I want. So when I have coffee, it's really good for frothing and stuff like that. What does hemp milk taste like? It's delicious. So great question. Who said that? Who said that? Madavi, I think. Madala. Excuse my awful pronunciation if I got it wrong. But hemp milk is an amazing, amazing ingredient. It does taste delicious. But it has a huge protein content, which is really good. And so do things like soy milk and a lot of other milks. And let's just segue from that into exactly, I mean, that's a perfect lead on, right? So let's talk about the swap. And I recognize no one's talking back to me, so I can't really tell whether I'm talking too fast and too much. So please tell me if I am, and I'll slow down. My onions are just browning away here. My milk is, my cauliflower's just boiling away there. So I'm just going to keep an eye on both of them. I want to get a nice toasty color, and I'll show you that in a second. But I think the biggest fear for a lot of people trying to do the swap is that world of sort of those flexitarians. It is a bit of a buzzword, a flexitarian at the moment. People wanting to really try to move towards a plant-based diet because they know what it does for the environment, what it does for themselves, and I think it all around it's just a positive change. But I can understand how a lot of people really struggle to do this because it's a habit to eat meat. It feels like to have meat, I'm getting my protein, I'm getting my source of iron, and I'm getting all these, and and it's making me feel full. That's what it is. Like, eating just plants doesn't make me feel full. Well, of course it doesn't if you're having salad. I think celery is basically the only thing you can lose weight from eating. I mean, how good is that? Cool. But I've got a nice bit of colour on this now, and they're nice and soft. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to come back around and talk to you. Checking my milk. Yep, plugging away. Right. So it's a little bit of a misconception, because if you look at things like hemp, they're unbelievably full of protein. I think 36, 37 grams of protein per 100 grams. Fantastic. Not only that, you've got lentils, and I've got some here. The source sell them all. Beautiful lentils, different types, heaps of different types. Soybeans, classic soybeans. Soak them overnight. You can turn these into a falafel instead of using other grains, and they work beautifully because when you fry them, they crisp up heaps, and they're great. And you can make obviously milk from this as well. What else have I got over here? And here's my hemp. I mean, it's so earthy. This to me is a true superfood. Because not only it's an amazing carbon drawer up into the soil. It not only does that, and it's fantastic for the soil. The stems of the hemp are really good for building with. They build. It's kind of like when they did the straw houses. The hemp does the same with these hemp bricks. Really awesome, and of course the seed as well. So it's a three whammy, right? What a great little number to have, to think that the world can create something so brilliant. This is a really positive thing to jump on board. So hemp is a really good one to have. Coconut milk powder can be used as well. Yeah, I think it can too. I mean, you might want to zhuzh it up a bit, maybe add a teaspoon of turmeric, because it has that sort of maybe that Asian-y sort of earthiness you're going to try and get to counterbalance that sweetness from the coconut. Really cool one. I love that. Anyway, and I'll jump back around and I'll continue. So my onions are finished. I'm going to put everything into my blender, and you can see that. Yes, you can. Take this milk off. Just going to add a little bit more milk so I can see it's drying a little bit. Perfecto. Get that heat on. Nice and cooked. All right, so they're all out of the way. Awesome. These chippies are amazing. Love them. And now I'm going to basically make it. And all I've done is fried off and browned my... Can anyone hear that? Lentil's got a squeaky toy, and she's literally squeaking the toy. Sorry. They're all brown and fried off. I don't know if you can see it too well, but they've got a nice bit of color. They're definitely translucent. I can smell the sweetness from them. I'm going to put those in here. In my blender. There we go. Beautiful. And now we're going to jump down to our oh my gosh. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Let's pretend like nothing ever happened. Wow. On live TV, someone smashes everything. Okay, now we're going to add our spices, and I'm going to move these out of the way. So now, out of pure excitement, I've made a mess. Keep the chips there, because I'm going to eat those like crazy. We have our nut milk that's in there, a rolled beetroot, onion powder. Now don't forget, the recipe cards are in store, so jump on board. Bring that in. A healthy amount of smoky paprika. I think it's 2 teaspoons, but 2 flat teaspoons, because you don't want it to be too crazy. And I know that's a lot, but it really works with this dish, I promise. Nutritional yeast. Oh, this stuff will change any meat eater, cheese eater's mind to this deliciousness. I've got a dish coming up. I think it's next. It's a cacio e pepe, but instead of using cheese, I'm using this. Like, awesome, cool. Really, really delicious. I absolutely love it. So it melts. And then you have this gorgeous pasta that the sauce make, that I get in these little beautiful jars. And I make this cheesy sauce, and then I fold it all through, and it gets really nice and thick. Oh, So keep an eye on that one. This is going in, and I want a nice amount of this. It's in my eyes, more the merrier of that. That is heavenly. And these, so I find myself, and I don't know if you can see that. Can you? No, it's just out of screen. My onion bowl, right? I have onions coming out of the wazoo. And I always, I don't know why. I just think sometimes I need them all the time. Anyway, so when they start getting a little old, I deep fry them and I turn them into, I turn them into fried shallots, and they keep for ages. And so I'm not wasting anything. So good. And then with the skins, I put in the freezer and I use to make stock. Bosh. So in. Don't be shy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oof. Okay, they're in. What have we got? Some questions. Yes. Okay. So if you're looking at plant proteins, hemp, soy, chickpeas, a lot of legumes like what are these things called again? Lentils. It's the name of my dog. Lentils. Beautiful, beautiful. All of those. Grab a hold of. Check it out. And you can make things like dals. Dal. I mean, a lot of Indian cuisine has that fantastic ability to, because what is it? Over 50 million Indians are vegetarian, and they have the ability to give themselves. I mean, they're all fine, and their protein content in the food they create is delicious. I mean, that's why they live off dal. It is just heavenly. So that's a great classic one. The French do some beautiful things with pure lentils as well. The little green ones, they're fantastic as well. Mung beans, you can make those with a bit of rice and then blend it up and make Indian pancakes. Oh, they're like crepes, but better tell the French. Love, 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 love. So jump on board that. What else have we got? And then we have obviously nuts and things as well, which is classic. We'll get into that in a second. Let me just finish this off. A little bit of sugar for sweetness. A little bit of salt, always season. Oh, that's way too much. I'm a lover of salt, but that is ridiculous. And then we're just going to wait, basically, on these. Oh, yes, they're looking good. Okay. A little bit of water in there. And I'm going to pour this into my blender because they are cooked up and perfect. You hear that sizzle in there? All right. Heat off. Pan off. A little bit of spare milk on the side just in case it needs it. And that's going to go on. That's going to go on the blender now. You can use, if I can work it out, you can use a little stick blender. Perfectly fine. These anywhere. Now I'm going to come around before that. There's something in my throat. Sorry, everyone. And see if there's any more questions. Was it onion powder and then nutritional yeast? Yes, it was. You better believe it. Onion powder. Forgotten classic. Bring it back. A dosa. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I mean. But not fermented. So does that still mean it's a dosa? I don't know. You let me know. What else am I going to say? Yes, I'm glad you want to go shopping. Take me with you. Cool. Yes, tablespoon of hemp seeds in your brekkie. That is a smart idea. Ooh, that's a good question, Kimberly. I'll double check if we can send it out to the UK. Okay, cool. Thank you. Dosa batter can be either fresh or fermented. All right. Well, that seems pretty good so far. Happy days. No, my pleasure. Thank you. All right. Woo. Woo. Turning it on. Bit of sound. Hold tight. Do a dance. Get your bowl. Turning it up. chippies. These, if you haven't seen these in store yet, check them out. I mean, if you're, oh my God, I just keep doing this because I can't see. But it's funny, right? My hair's starting to go everywhere. The humidity's turning up in Melbourne. Crazy. Look at this. Look at that color. If you have a family, if your kids aren't a fan of veggies, this will change your life. They taste like the thing. Although I don't know what this is. I would say it's like a purple sweet potato, but I can't tell. Well, okay, pumpkin. That's the thing. It's a lot bright. It's a lot more vibrant in color in real person. No, not for you, lentil. Beans, beetroot. What else we got? I think there's some like a radish down there or a turnip or something like that. Awesome. I mean, look at that. Oh. And you can get your kids because they're slightly salted, only really slightly. This is veggie chips, so in the vacuum fried, and they're only really slightly salted. So you can give them to kids and get them sort of introduced into that world of those plants, vegetables, understand that flavor is the flavor is nice. It's through something that I think they're quite familiar with, which. I don't care if you've never given your kids chips in their life. There's no doubt they'll probably have them at school from someone, or they just know from ads that they're good, right? They taste good, whatever. This, great way to do that little transfer. Hello. Whoa, excuse me. I'm not dying. Just got a chip in my throat. Right, sauce is done. Let us. Oh yes, okay, just to reiterate as well, this recipe, oh my gosh, this recipe, the cards, excuse me, I've just got my hair's just, COVID hair is ridiculous, and every salon is booked out from here to Kingdom Come. All the recipes are inside the Source Blog food stores for those people who have just joined. Jump on board and check it out. Yeah, this is there. So grab your ingredients. You know what? Every single store I've ever been to around Australia, the staff are exceptional. So they'll help you out no matter what. I'm going to move that out of the way. It's got a great pour. Ooh, look at this. Okay, let's get close again. I'm going to stop doing this. Maybe that's a bit annoying for everyone, but look at this. This is the classic. Look at that. It's like melted cheese. That American cheese, the burger cheese. Oh, the layers. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. And there's enough. Look, there's enough here to, if you have a group of people around, you have a bit of maybe a cheese board or like a charcuterie, like a plant-based charcuterie or a charcuterie, whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you had that, a bowl of this in the middle with these, bam, and a bowl of, taste that rainbow. Taste that rainbow. Look at it, and then finish it off with either a little bit of olive oil, something green. I usually do chives, but I forgot the chives. Don't tell the boss. I'll lose my job. In fact, I think the boss is watching, so I'm sorry, boss. But a little bit of olive oil, a little sprinkle of salt on top. All of this. This is literally a complete meal from the source, by the way, and a snack for the ages. Doesn't matter when you're, a kid or you're super, you're up there. You're retired. How does that sound? This is a fantastic sort of option. Oh yeah, okay, I'll lower the camera. Sorry, just keep doing this. Sorry, here we go. At least it's fun, right? Well, I don't know. It's entertaining for me. And this is it. Like, look at that. Look at that. And I don't know if anyone really... No double dipping. Oh, come on, Janet. There's no one else here. Although my partner's meant to arrive anytime soon, so maybe, Oh, warm. All right. I didn't double dip. I ate the whole thing, so... COVID. It's true. Yeah, I won't double dip. Although if I eat it all, does it still count? Yeah, happily eat it cold as well. Really, it's just beautiful. I've had it. Just make sure you put it in an airtight container because it can create a bit of a film on top, or just give it a stir, and that's perfectly fine as well. Oh, thank you very much, Irene. You're excited to try this. I love that. Yeah. I agree with you. Julianne, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, they're just delicious and they're so crunchy. And on nachos, yes, Sandra, pour it on nachos. A great idea. I think you could even create. Let's just not go too crazy, but you could pour this out, put these veggie chips on there, make nachos using veggie chips. Maybe some salsa on top of that. You speak. Oh, avocado. Mash up some avocado. Oh, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. I love it. That's it. I think. Is there any more questions? Because what this whole thing was about was offering different alternatives for different ingredients. So if you really are looking to be the flexitarian, if you're really looking to make that slow change across, changing maybe one meal a day, friends of mine just watched the recent David Attenborough documentary, and they now have gone from 3 meals a day with meat now down to they're choosing one meal a day, completely plant-based. And I just think that is, I think that is just fantastic. It's just, David, yes, the sauce have all the spices. In fact, everything but the cauliflower and the onion and the garlic, the sauce has. It's pretty cool. So, and of course, be sure to check it out and grab all the things, and the people there will definitely tell you where to go. They'll point you in the right directions if you have any questions. Does the recipe on the card make about the same amount? Yes, it makes exactly the same amount. I followed the recipe to a T. So be sure to check it out. And be sure to give yourself the opportunity to change things up yourself as well. You have the power to make a difference. And I'm here to help you through the next few recipes coming up as well. We've got three more webinars to talk about different ingredients, different things to use. The cacio e pepe, the nutritional yeast one, a friend of mine, Peter King, and his partner Ruth have tried it. They loved it. So I promise you will love that as well. So be sure to tune in again, register for the next one. And I can't wait to see you all. And I'm going to say my goodbyes. If there's any last questions, shoot them out now. If not, yes, I love nutritional yeast too. I completely agree, Lucy. It's the best. Where can I get a shirt like that? Isn't it great? Pineapples apparently are the original symbols for hospitality. And apparently they're very, very rich. Thank you very much, Irene. I really appreciate it. I hope I wasn't too crazy. I just wanted to be excited for, it's exciting. It's exciting being with the Source. They're great people, and they love everyone who's here tuning in because, it means there's people here with passion. And when there's passion, there's change, and there's change for positive. So keep going, everyone. Love you all. Hope to see you next week. Tell all your friends, jump down to the Source, support local. Especially, I'm going to say it, during COVID, we need to do that. Go see your family and friends, give them all the love they deserve, and then go shop local. It's really, really important. Love you all. And see you soon. Signing out.